Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab, and this one's going to be a summer we never forget.
You kind of stole my thing.
What are we going to
Wait
go
a
with?
minute. Is that
It's a summer you'll always remember. The best summer ever.
what it was?
I don't know.
Summer we'll never forget. The summer. Oh man, I can't think of what it was that we kept saying for like 2 years. We said it probably. I can't remember what it is now. That's crazy.
This will be the summer you never forget. And actually that's probably true more than ever right now because I don't think any of us is like we'll probably forget certain things, but everybody's going to remember 2020 summer.
Yeah, for sure.
20 period. I mean, there's a lot of bad shit going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
So if you can hear, Frank's with us. Frank, what you been up to? I'll go to you before I go to Brad.
I have been in quarantine, and I haven't, since mid-March, working from home. Hardly seeing anybody. I rarely leave the house. Oh, a lot of fun.
You've been living the life.
Yeah. Occasionally I go to visit my dad, and that's about it. Maybe go to Kroger wearing a mask and gloves. But yeah, pretty much the life of a hermit at the moment until this thing ends.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So when you go see your dad, you're wearing a mask and gloves?
I usually wear a mask to see my dad. If I go to to Kroger's or something, there I wear a mask and gloves. You know, like when I'm with my dad, I still try to. Since he's like 70, I try to at least try to social distance. Even though places is still he's at more risk than I am. So
right, sure.
So that's really the only time I go out is like when I need stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be that way for the foreseeable future until they find a way to slow it down, get a vaccine.
Yeah.
As long as, assuming my work can survive it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the smartest thing to do right now. Nobody knows anything is what I just keep thinking.
Yeah.
So you used to go to the store like every day, Frank, right?
Yeah, I don't do that now. I mean,
so what do you do? Like, how do you go like once a week now, or once every 2 weeks?
And I used to drink a lot more because that would drive me if I would go get alcohol every day. Cuts back on some of that stuff. Yeah, so now I try to just get like once a week. Usually I'll go if I need prescriptions or something like that, or pet store or some dog food like that.
We introduced Maya to the X-Men movies. So now we're all the way up to X-Men Origins Wolverine and X-Men First Class, which First Class is really good. Origins is the opposite of that. And I wasn't going to jump on Origins so hard. I actually didn't mind it, but there are some silly scenes in that movie.
I was going to say, I never understood the hate that Origins got.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but like there's some stuff with Blob, and then how bad, and this is pre like the Deadpool blow up, but this is they kind of missed the mark pretty bad on Deadpool, the original one. Now Ryan Reynolds, before he goes through like the surgery, he's fine, but when he comes back and somehow has all the powers, it's pretty bad. But yeah, gotcha. I watched that, and then I watched the Kane Hodder documentary, To Hell and Back. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
I'm not.
It's not too bad. It focuses more on him getting burnt and scarred than it does so much. It's like half and half. I didn't know it'd be that much about like his personal life. I thought it'd be more about him being a stuntman. But it was pretty good.
This came out like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know about it then. I thought it was something new. It was actually in one of the boxes I got or was gonna get and then never got or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway. And then I'm pissed off again, Brad. So last time, if you remember, I was mad about the Friday the 13th Blu-ray set going for $20 less on Amazon. Yeah. This time, that In Search of the Darkness documentary that I got, it was like $50 for that damn Blu-ray because it was like a GoFundMe thing, right? I was like, this is the only place that's ever going to have this, and I need to get it right now because it's going out of stock. So I spent the $50 on one Blu-ray. I turn on Shudder. That shit's streaming on Shudder for free. Now it's okay. I mean, it's nice to have the the Blu-ray stuff, but
Sure.
it's still. I just kind of sat there and stared at the screen for a while, just like, what the fuck is that? Like, they didn't tell me they're gonna do that.
Yeah, for 50's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a poster and a soundtrack, I guess, but it's stuff I didn't ask for.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes it is just nice to own things, though.
Yeah, I know, and that can go away, so I'm not too mad, but it's still just like, I was mad for like a couple minutes at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started a new collection of my own
Mhm.
here. So as a collection of Stephen King hardcovers.
Yeah,
I spent over 1,000 on it so far.
Jesus. I think
Yeah.
the most I've spent is I spent like $30 on a hardcover, the original release of the Bachman books.
Yeah, I actually did get that. I think my oldest one probably is an original Cujo.
Yeah. Which covers that?
It just has like the dog cover, like the dog face on it.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's really good because like you buy a lot of it's used books, so it's the quality varies, but this is actually a pretty decent cover.
Yeah.
But the prices always vary, but
Yeah.
during the quarantine, you might buy.
Dude, I don't understand some people here. I go garage sailing like endlessly during the summer.
Yeah.
You know how many hardcover Stephen King books I see?
Well, let me know. See them. Send me a picture of them. I'll tell you if I want you to buy them. I mean, I don't know if you've been going out doing it now. Honestly, I didn't know that.
You haven't been on Instagram?
No.
Gotcha.
Well, I have a copy. I have one now. I've completed my collection, but I can get. I'd like to see better versions.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
So you have every Stephen King book on hardcover?
Mm-hmm.
How many is that?
How many?
That looks like a hard like 53.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Frank's showing us the actual shelf where all the hardcovers are right now. So
yeah, this is not the purpose of the podcast at all. But
well, that brings us to you, Brad. What are you doing?
Not much. I've been doing some garage sailing. I haven't watched much. We watched Rambo.
Yeah.
The first one, and then First Blood. And then God, what else did we watch? I don't know that I really watched anything else. I think I put something on, but I don't know that I watched it. I've been watching a ton of baseball.
Oh, okay.
Because just to have sports back is awesome. So I've been watching just a ton of baseball. Almost every night I've been watching baseball.
Yeah.
And then basketball came back last Thursday. So I've been watching basketball now too. So I'm kind of varying it up, but I'm sure I'll get tired of it a little bit. But yeah, for now I've just been getting sports back. It's nice.
I did forget. I had to go out of town for work, and I did enjoy. It's been a while since I've been in a hotel room. I did check in, took a shower, and laid in bed and watched 10 back-to-back episodes of Hang with Mr. Cooper, and it felt really good. I'm not mad.
Is it Hang On, Mr. Cooper, or Hanging with Mr.
Hang with Mr. Cooper. Cooper.
Is that the theme song?
Yeah. The first season had the In Vogue song, and then after that they switched up the show and they got Geneva, one of the worst characters ever, and then that's the new song.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I think that we need to define some things though.
Okay.
Well, I think I have like some questionable picks.
Well, I know. Yeah, I do as well. Even when I was ordering them, but I think Brad's right. We need to talk about what we're actually about to talk about.
Yeah, because we already discussed this on text, but there's two questions here. The first one being, these are the best summer movies to to us, not the best movies that take place during summer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood that.
No, you thought it was a hoodie movie.
No, because you said hoodie movie, but no, I thought you literally meant summer movies.
Yeah.
It is, but not so. It's your favorite movies that you watch every summer that like you have to watch, right? Is that
Yeah, they give you that. Yeah, it's that summer feeling. It's just like I only watch these movies in the summer. I can't watch them in the middle of winter.
See, now we just blown Frank's mind.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not what I went into. Like, now, some of my questionable picks could, theoretically fall into that because, hey, I like to watch these movies a lot, but they're not really summer oriented.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily watch these in the summer. With me, it's more like some movies that, more like people going away on a vacation type of place. Maybe not exactly on summer. Maybe it's spring break. Yeah. Maybe it's like woods type of thing. But not necessarily summertime.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
I never got those texts where you guys are saying it's movies you watch in the summer.
I think Brad literally texted me today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that could have changed things.
I mean,
here's my second question.
Oh yeah, there's two.
What is your summer range? What is summer?
I would say like June to August 31st.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying July, but yeah, June to August. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what it technically is, but I wouldn't count September 20th or September 19th or whatever the equinox is.
No, and see, that's weird because it's still summer, but to me, Halloween starts, so I've already moved on.
Yeah. I always even think, like, once school starts, like, summer's over, kind of.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do June to August. I think that's good.
Okay. Do we, since Frank's the guest, do you want to let him start at number 5?
Are we doing that? Are we doing 5 through 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, did you guys both have them in an order?
Hold on. I think we need to define this even further.
Well, one thing I got more than 5. I got the 5 that I like, and I got like another 6 that I think qualify as summer movies that they may not be my personal favorite, but I know they're going to be honorable mentions or they're going to be up there.
Yeah.
That's one of you guys will probably have them.
Yeah, I have honorable mentions as well.
I don't know if I like this. I didn't do the honorable mentions thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't rewatch all these movies, so I'm not going in depth by any means. It's all going to be from memory of these movies.
Yeah, we're not breaking these movies down. We're just going to discuss them. And
to further define.
Yeah.
We're getting time defining things.
Number 5 is not necessarily the movie you like the least. It's the movie that you have to watch during the summer the least. Number 1 is the movie that like you're gonna watch it. Like it's tradition. No matter what, nothing's gonna stop you from watching that movie in the summer, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean all 5 movies for me I watch. But yeah, you can take it like that.
Okay. Well, there are some that like if I watch one of these on September 8th, it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's some like that I have to watch
in the summer.
During summer.
Okay.
And see, for you guys, I'm not necessarily seasonal like that. I don't have. I mean, like Halloween is different for me, but I don't have a movie like I have to watch this during the summer. I don't have. There's like just certain movies that I watch a lot. But I don't watch on a seasonal basis unless it's Halloween. To me, that's the season that's most for movies, I guess.
Yeah. Well, especially horror movies.
Try to go with the flow here, even though I'm not following the same rules.
Yeah, it's okay. It's experimental.
We'll make sure
I'm doing my best, guys.
We're gonna get you the rules next time.
It would help,
or not, or not. Doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't sound like it would because you just basically said I never watch a movie just because it's a certain season. So
yeah.
I mean this. But I still tried. I still did the best homework I could. Unlike others.
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh. That was a slam on Matt.
Yeah, shots fired. All right, Frank. Do what?
Matt did an Instagram the other night, and he just put Happy Friday Night, and it was a sunset. and I was just about to post a picture of my sunset.
Yeah.
So my hashtag was Happy Friday, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he ever saw it. So I made an Instagram post for just one person, and he didn't even see it.
He would think it's another Matt.
He probably, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, chances are.
All right. Rules are defined. Not really,
Okay.
but they are. We're just going to get into it. Frank, since you're the guest, hit us with number 5.
We're talking about the top 5 summer movies here on Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. Let's start it off with number 5.
Okay. Well, this first movie isn't actually a movie. It's in a movie, but it's part of an anthology. Creepshow 2. There's the middle one is a vignette called The Raft.
The Raft.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. It's like 4 college-age kids. They go to an abandoned lake. They swim out to this, lake or this raft that's in the middle of it. And as they get onto it, this oil slick-like thing comes underneath it, and slowly, like it starts picking them off one by one. Because like if they stick a foot out of the side of the water, if they put their foot above a crack, it's like looks like black oil goes up and like devours their skin and just pulls down underneath it.
It fucks people
Frank,
up, dude.
we should have told you. You're treading on a future episode at this point, so now you're just really fucking things up.
How is that a future episode?
We were going to do Creepshow versus Creepshow 2.
Yeah.
Well,
It's coming, Frank.
Well, now you know I need to be involved in that one, but
And actually, The Raft is my favorite Creepshow.
Yeah.
I love like that. The ending is like kind of dark, like like he's like molesting that girl right before she gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my favorite one. So wait a minute. So is Creepshow 2 your number 5? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, that's what I put it in there. Like I said, you said it's not necessarily the 5 is not my least favorite or most favorite, but since that one's not technically a movie, it's just the middle part of one. That's why I put it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see, like to me, that summer is like on the raft, middle of the lake.
Sure.
In this world of no rules, I'll accept it, Frank.
And a lot of rules, like because I just kept saying new rules, like so.
And I ain't following all of them. You'll see my other picks probably don't fit,
Yeah. No, but I mean, it has that feeling though. I mean, you're out with friends. You're driving around. You stop. I don't know why they just want to hang out on a raft all day. That is the one thing. I guess I could probably do it.
They're drinking like the first girl gets killed like right away. As soon as they land on it. Yeah, they could have easily saved themselves when that first girl got killed. If they had each like start swimming in different directions, they would have lived.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they could have figured that out. But
Are you familiar with the Grant? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I actually just watched Creepshow 2. Every year for I guess I probably could have put it in this list because every year for my birthday I watch Creepshow, and so this year I decided to watch Creepshow 2 just to switch it up because got to keep it fresh.
It's disappointing. It has 3.
Do I?
Like the first one has 5 stories.
Oh, yeah. The other one has 3. Yeah, but they're all good.
Chief Woodenhead.
That's a good one too, actually.
All right, Brad. Your turn.
This is the one that this might be. I don't want to say that. This is one of my. This is certainly not my least favorite movie on this list, though. But it's a movie that I feel like I watch kind of to kick off the Halloween season a little bit, right at the end of August, and it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
2. Okay.
Because Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 also takes place during the summer. Obviously, it's very hot. They're on their way to a concert. But I always watch that right at Halloween because for the first time I ever watched it was right at Halloween. So, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is also kind of takes place during the summer. There's a cookout, there's the barbecue contest deal, and so that is definitely one of them that I feel like I watch every August, right at the end of what we just defined as summer.
It's fact.
Yeah, and the odd thing is, the first time I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I didn't know what to think about it. You know what I mean? Because, you're expecting something more like the first one. But yeah, so the first time I ever saw it, I really didn't know, what to think of it because it's so radically different. And then the second, it's kind of like Evil Dead 2, right? Like it's kind of like that radical difference from the first one. But then, when you go into it the second time, knowing what you're getting, it's awesome. Probably one of my favorite horror sequels, but I'd have to probably really write them down because then you have to think of Dawn of the Dead and Devil's Rejects, or there's probably a lot more of them than I realize.
Even like Devil's Rejects, it's such a different movie.
Yes,
It has nothing to do. I remember the first time watching it with you. I wasn't ready because it was kind of like, well, if it's gonna be like the first one, how do you even make a fucking sequel?
Well, every other movie that they did make was just like the first one.
Yeah.
Whether it be Leatherface, what's it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation. They're pretty much a lot like the first one. And the reason that the second one rules is because it's not.
Wasn't the second one done by Tobe Hooper as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it is very much an Evil Dead 2 thing where it's just like, well, I don't want to make the same movie.
Yeah.
You can play with the same characters, but Leatherface is fucking ridiculous in that movie.
Yeah. But again, he still has feelings and doesn't really know how to act. Like it's a lot like the first one as far as he's kind of like that in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he kind of fall for the girl in 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Caroline Williams.
It's been a while since I saw it. I remember Platehead a lot in that. I comes down taking that little coat hanger to it.
I think he's the most memorable character.
Yeah.
But that's the same guy from Devil's Rejects, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he also had that part in the Night of the Living Dead remake.
Mm-hmm. I just watched that. I watched that too. I watched that with Cameron. And we watched 300 and we watched Tommy Boy, which I hadn't seen Tommy Boy in a long time.
Tommy Boy is one you forget about, and it's all brand new again.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I guess I need to write these down better. But yeah, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was my number 5. But like I said, if I didn't watch it until September, that would be okay with me.
Yeah.
That's why it's number 5.
Okay. Well, my number 5 is kind of the same way, and we actually discussed this movie, and I think I've already described my feelings for this movie in the Christmas podcast. But I think it's the time that I watched it for the first time ever was during the summer. And
I do that. That's exactly it for some of mine. Go ahead, though.
And then also, I never realized that it was a Christmas movie until actually reading something about it. My number 5 is...
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, Night of the Comet.
Yeah.
Because it happens in like LA or whatever. It feels warm the entire time. Like it just has this like dry, gritty feeling, I feel.
Well, even when they do some of like the horizon shots, it's like that orangish red.
And I know that's supposed to be probably for the comet and like the haze it brought, but like it makes me feel warm, I guess. So I always took it as like it's happening in like the middle of summer in Los Angeles, not knowing that there's Christmas decorations everywhere that I'm not seeing.
You don't really see that until the radio.
Until the radio station?
The radio station, right? Yeah. Or do you?
I think there's a couple things like on lampposts, maybe. I feel like like when they're downtown. I might have made that up. But I feel like there is.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies in the 80s. I didn't know if you guys were aware of that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love Night of the Comet. Everyone turns to dust.
It's a ridiculous movie.
Kelly Maroney.
Yeah,
the first time I ever saw that movie, Frank, it was at your house. But
really?
I don't know that you were watching it that hard, but I ended up kind of watching it and just actually that's when I fell in love with it. And it's one of those things that like for like a years later, I was like, man, I want to get that movie, but like I could never find it because you know me, I'm cheap. Mm-hmm. So, and then I think it was on Netflix when Netflix first came out,
and they took that shit off very quickly.
And I watched it like twice, and then I was good for a while, and then I bought it. But the day it was either the day before or the day you got back from going to the Gibraltar flea market with Mark and Jake.
Oh God! I don't know
why he remembers this shit.
Yeah.
You don't remember that like you got back and everybody we had a big party at your house. I mean, we always had a big party at your house, but and you got like all those.
different, flea markets. So yeah, I don't remember that.
The one in Michigan that you drove like 3 hours.
But I think we went to Gibraltar at least 2 or 3 times.
This was definitely the last time you went, and you bought like some like Star Trek or Star Wars game that hadn't come out yet, and you paid like more money than you should have for it, and you got like some like, was it WWE like 8x10s or like some sort of like chick girl wrestler pictures or something like that?
I kind of remember the blonde, like Kelly something. Kelly something.
Kelly?
Oh no, it's the girl that dated Clooney, Grant.
Stacy Keibler?
Stacy Keibler.
I do remember getting a Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, that's the trip it was.
I vaguely remember that, but I don't remember much else about the trip. I mean,
well, when you got home or the night before you left, we partied at your house, and that movie was on, and I was sitting on the couch with Brandy and drinking. We had probably gotten done playing Kings and all that stuff, and I was just sitting there, and for some reason, you know how sometimes you just lock into something? Mm-hmm. I just locked in on it after play, and that's. But yeah, anyways,
it's just a good movie. You got El Baroni, you got Catherine Mary Stewart, have Robert Beltran.
Is that the guy?
I just watched that too. I watched that within the last since we went to last talk too.
What, Night of Comet?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's keep it going, Frank. Hit me with number 4.
Ooh, and now we're moving on with number 4 here on Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Okay, another one that's not necessarily summer, but people going places. Cabin Fever.
I thought about Cabin Fever. Go on.
Yeah. You have a bunch of teenagers going to the cabin in the woods. They see some creepy country people. They're afraid, but turns out real bad guy is just a virus, which is ironic in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a flesh-eating virus that just starts infecting them one by one. And like in the end, almost like in a nod to Night of the Living Dead, the one guy who's not infected ends up getting shot, by people who think he is. The blonde guy who stayed away from everybody comes back to the cabin and gets killed, kind of like Ben. And I think the cops, like, they kill the one guy, right? The guy from Boy Meets World.
Ryder Strong. You remember his name.
Who?
Ryder Strong.
I wasn't really a big Boy Meets World fan, so I didn't know him that well, but...
You mean like Ben from Night of the Living Dead? Isn't Ben a zombie?
Depends. In the remake he is, in the original he's not.
Oh, in the original. Okay, sorry, I just watched the remake.
Oh, like I
like the remake better than the original.
He comes up from the basement where he didn't want to go the whole time, and he's still alive, and the cops shoot him through the window.
Okay.
But Cabin Fever has that amazing... I love the leg shaving scene when she shaves off her own skin.
That bothers me.
Yeah, it bothers me every time.
I cringe during that.
Yeah.
I always like the guy that's, hey, party man.
You always like the cop.
Yeah.
But there's just Texas Chainsaw in there too, like where there's one scene where the girl's walking up the cabin, they're like following her ass.
Yeah.
As she walks. It's supposed to be like a remake of the Texas Chainsaw scene,
Yeah. I don't think he shied away from taking credit or stealing from that movie.
It's homage.
Well, yeah. Everybody steals.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like not exactly summer, but kind of summer feel.
No, I get it. Brad?
Oh, so the fourth one, and I think I think Frank's this is probably stealing from him, but I can't not pick it because Frank might pick it too. It's Evil Dead.
Yeah, but say it's Evil Dead.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
I got one on my list. I'm sure it's on yours.
It's the original Evil Dead. I usually watch it over summer because it's that cabin movie. We usually get a lot of cabins.
Yeah.
So 2 cabin movies I watch, which there's several, Cabin Fever being one of them, but I don't necessarily watch that each year. The other one is The Great Outdoors. I love The Great Outdoors. But yeah, Evil Dead, the first one, the original. is the one that I would usually watch for this version. I usually watch Evil Dead 2 during Halloween season.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness, maybe not. Even though Army of Darkness is probably my favorite one, so I don't understand that. But
That is the weird thing. I don't watch Evil Dead. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 is a Halloween movie.
yeah,
I don't know why.
So yeah, Evil Dead though. It's the whole cabin feel, the fact that they're going out in the woods. I do a lot of that, if you know me at all. Usually, I mean, we haven't gotten one this year, but usually we might do it a couple times during the summer. So that would be the reasoning. So yeah, I'm gonna let Frank talk about Evil Dead though.
Because you know it's in there. You know it's coming.
No, it definitely was. That's definitely was probably be my top, my second or first one. I mean, because it's one. It's like Sam Raimi's like first real attempt at a movie. You know, it's got Bruce Campbell, who is very famous among cult horror fanatics. You know, if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, you know, you're a big fan of him. The only thing lacking it probably is the special effects at the end, but they're so low budget.
Yeah,
you can give that, you know. But the story is just, and it's story and it's very quite creepy when you watch it. I mean, I know like Dad watched it, he was afraid of like, the ladies, you know, because I mean they're just freaky with their eyes and stuff like that, you know.
They are. They actually are scary. Like I thought the makeup was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, I mean it's like it was made in 1978, so it's like to me it's just classic. I mean. And I mean, hell, 3 of the movies I picked involve cabins in the woods. So.
You have a thing going.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing, but like I said, it's more people going out vacation. But yeah, I'm a big fan of all 3 of those, and like even the Ash vs. Evil Dead, you know, which is more recent. You know, I even like the remake. You know, not quite as good, but still decent.
I need to watch the remake again. I only ever watched it once, and I didn't know what to expect. You know how those are hard.
Yeah. I like the remake.
Lines of torture pornish, like there's certain things that like the needle getting jabbed into the guy's eye, you know, the girl taking the glass and like cutting her face with it. Seems a little bit more, I guess, trying to be shocking with the gory violence.
Yeah,
you know, and I think Evil Dead is more about the story. Like when I watched it for the first time, like the thing I felt was like, my God, if even if he survives this, how is he going to explain that he went camping with his girlfriend and his friends, and they're all
dead?
You know, it's like even if he survives, he's screwed. You know.
Yeah.
So, and I felt that kind of desperation for him. You know.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever watched Evil Dead was the week or maybe even Halloween night over at Frank's house. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it was definitely like October.
It was like I think I had to work the next day. I was
it was a school night.
Video game, and you came over. And I said, "Oh, well, let's watch this." I think I just bought it. You know. So,
yeah, it was definitely a school night. I was in high school at the time. So,
and it's just like I think you just wanted something to do. You're bored, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was over your house all the time. I mean, at that point, I don't know when it was, but my junior senior year, I was definitely a regular fixture at that point.
Yeah.
It's when Frank entered our lives. Well, your life first, and then it trickled down.
Yeah, the trickle down effect.
The Frank effect.
Trickle down economics. Frankonomics.
Frankonomics. There you go.
Another T-shirt.
All right, so
my Frank's head trickling down a waterfall.
I say, if you give me enough time to actually try to learn Photoshop better, I can make a ridiculous shirt. I already have a couple cooked up just for Brad. So, my number 4 is an easy one for me. It's gonna be Friday the 13th. And those ones, I don't know. The first one, I think 1 and 2 could classify as a summer movie for me. They all happen during the summer, I guess, but
they're all at summer camp.
Yeah, yeah, but some of them aren't some of them are just vacationing on the property or doing something, And one, he was in a boat the entire time going to New York, but I think that first one, it is very much a summer camp feel, and they're trying to bring the kids back, and yeah, it was, and it's still a really, really good movie. And like the weird thing is that if you take away, Jason, because he's not in it, it just makes it that much better. I think like had I seen it when it came out, it would have had a more of an effect on me, I guess, than it already does now.
Now, Jason actually, and he was a little boy.
Well, yeah.
Get it straight, yeah.
Well, he was. I mean, he's in it, I guess, in the last 3 seconds of it, but yeah, it's as it stands alone by itself. I think it's an amazing movie, and it's definitely a summer watch for me every year.
It's definitely like that was like one of my honorable mentions because I know it's like a quintessential summer movie, but I can't remember the last time I've watched it, but I know it would qualify.
Yeah.
I struggled with this one because Friday the 13th is certainly on my list for the summer, but I don't necessarily watch one of them.
Oh, okay.
I just watch one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I couldn't pick it, or else I'd have to pick the whole series, and I felt like that was a cop out.
The one I watched more than any other as a kid was Part 4, like the one with Corey Feldman, where he shaves his head at the end.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
That's probably third and fourth are probably my favorites.
They're good.
I think 4 was able more when I was a kid. It was like on the movie channel or something like that. They like played it all the time, so I probably saw it like 20, 30 times or something.
I would put 4 above 3.
I'd have to watch them again, I think. I just know that those two were my favorite, and then I got disinterested after that a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, you go for 6, and then after that, you don't. I mean, and I like Jason 10, but you don't have to worry about much after 4.
Well, isn't Tommy the killer in 6?
No, he's the hero.
Oh.
Everybody thinks he's the killer in 5. All right, Frank, it's time. We're halfway there.
Okay.
Hit me with number 3.
I'm breaking in again for the number 3 pick of the top summer movies. Take it away, Grant, Brad, Frank.
Well, one of these I know is going to be Brad's. So I only got one left since he sold Evil Dead. Another cabin movie, Cabin in the Woods.
I mean, that's a newer one. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why, but
it has a comedy feel too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love that movie. For me, it kind of has like still summer theme, but it's like it's kind of funny. Like you get to see all those people. They kind of get revenge on them.
Yeah.
Try to put them in the game, and then they all get destroyed. I guess technically the whole world gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So that is not on my list. So you're good.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I haven't watched it in years.
The one that's on your list was Texas Chainsaw, the first one.
That's not on my list because it's a Halloween watch.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's why I said to Grant earlier today, are we talking about movies that are set during summer? Because then it's my number 1.
Yeah.
Or are we talking about movies that we watch during the summer because they make us feel summery?
Yeah, well, I know you got
the word summary.
I know 2 on your list, so I figured you probably had 1 there up higher. But yeah. But no, I think that's it's definitely I think it's an homage to Evil Dead.
It's almost 2 movies, right?
Yeah. I think when they get to the actual center or whatever that
place
is.
It's like it completely changes.
Yeah.
And plus,
and then it almost has a 13 Ghosts feel. Does anybody else feel like that at all?
That too, because like all windows and it's like they're all locked up and stuff.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a Joss Whedon movie, and like Joss Whedon has like a TV show Buffy where he had like very similar themes, so it's very similar to that too.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of unless you watch his stuff, you probably don't realize like a lot of the people in that movie are from his previous stuff.
So see, I didn't
like
know that.
He does that. He puts it's kind of like Kevin Smith. He puts the same actors and everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I just like got a kick out of that movie.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a surprise one. All right, what do we got left, Brad? You're at number 3. Do you still have 3 left?
I have 3 left.
All right, I only have 2 left, but
my number. Oh yeah, because I see. Because people pick them.
Yeah, you guys pick them.
My number 3 movie that I have to watch every summer, and I do watch every summer for the past, I'd say, I don't know, 5 years, maybe, is The Fog.
Ooh, that's yeah.
I don't seen that. I've heard it, but I don't think I've ever sat down and watched it.
The Fog is so good.
Yeah, you should.
it's just one of those movies for me. I love the feel of the town. I love like the DJ talking about um, uh, the um um.
The fog.
Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. No, no. Well, yeah, talking about the fog because it's like there's a fog bank coming in. It's like, what is she talking about? You know what I mean? But then you have that whole story going on. But then you have the Tom Atkins, Jamie Lee Curtis story going on, and then you have like the town that's trying to, their centennial, which we'll get. We might tread on some other waters about another movie on my list there. But so
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. But so that's and it's John Carpenter with Jamie Lee Curtis again. Um, I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember what the name. Antonio Bay. Antonio Bay.
Where they are. Yeah.
Yes, and but it looks like a town you want to live in.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many little stories going on during it, and you care about all of them in a way. Some of them more than others. Like you start to care about the radio host and her son, and then you have Tom Atkins, Jamie Lee Curtis, and you have the fisherman, then you have the priest, and it's just really good. I love the movie. It has a summer feel to it. I don't even know if it's set during the summer. I imagine it is.
No, it has a summer feel to it to me, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
why.
if I don't remember if it was like it didn't. I don't remember if it ever said what month it was or anything like that. If it does, then I don't know. But definitely one of my every year I watch it, and I did this year as well. I think I talked about it on here.
Well, it sounds like, Brad, I'm going to steal one of yours right now.
Yeah. That's my number one.
Yeah, that is my number 3.
I'm surprised it's your number 3. I'm interested to see what one got stolen.
Oh, I was gonna. I didn't. I thought we were just gonna surprise people, but it sounds like we're just gonna say it out loud. My number 2 is Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, okay. You don't have to say that. Okay.
Or sorry, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. It's 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
It's 2. Ever since I sat down and watched it with you in the basement, I just sat there and I kept rethinking it, and I keep rewatching it, and it's the perfect movie to kind of end the summer with. I don't know, but yeah, that's why.
Wait, that's the end of summer watch for you too.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
But Jaws is around the 4th of July kind of watch for me.
Me too.
And we have a whole fucking episode talking about it. What do you think about Jaws, Frank?
Honestly, that was a movie that I have not. I've seen it once, and it was recently, probably like 2 or 3 years ago. The first time I ever watched that movie.
Really?
Which is kind of shocking. Like everyone, that movie like such a long time ago. I mean,
you never had any idea, like you never, or any want to watch that movie growing up?
No, I mean, I had seen Jaws 3 and 4, but I'd never seen the original. Yeah. And you kind of know what it is, but I never grew up watching it. I think by the time I saw it, I don't think it had much of an effect on me.
Wow, just really blowing Jaws off.
Yeah, just fucking taking
I was like 40 years old the first time I saw it, so it's just like I think it would have a bigger impact if I was like 12, 13 watching it.
I think it's in the same realm of like baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, like Jaws, and you just shit on America right there.
I saw it. I mean, there's like certain things like I've never seen Casablanca. I've never seen Gone with the Wind. There's just certain movies that are just.
I've never seen Top Gun, so it's all right.
I mean, I've seen Top Gun, but that was just one that passed by me. So when I saw it, I was like, kind of had big expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I remember like the mayor had a bunch of anchors on his suit.
Why do you remember that?
I don't know. I pick up weird things like that's
What a strange thing to recall.
Say can I make actually your T-shirt this year? As I'm going to remake the Jaws poster, and it's just the quote's going to be, I don't know, the mayor has some anchors on his suit, and it's going to say Frank.
There's one line in that show like where the main guy says to another guy that must one bad hat, Harry. And the reason I remember it is because they use that in a whole bunch of shows later on. I guess maybe the same producer or something like that. But so like a lot of modern shows, they have like little one-liners at the end of TV show credits. they say that, and I never knew what it was from. And I saw Jaws. I was like, oh, that's where it came from. Because I guess there's some guy walking around in a really fucked up hat, you know.
Yeah, I think
But
it's Frank.
yes, as his name is Frank. But I'm sorry I couldn't say much more about it. I just never had a chance to get into it, I guess.
Hey, sometimes they don't take Frank.
I guess it's just not, it's not worth my time. That movie wasn't any good.
I wouldn't say any of that. You can keep that to yourself.
Some guy named Steven Spielberg, some jokester.
I don't want to keep this going, but Frank, hit me with number 2.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Number 2 here on Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Well, of the top 5, the only one left really was Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Which we already talked about 2. And so I could go on to some honorable mentions.
No, because
Did we already talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, we haven't talked about it.
We haven't talked about the first one.
Brad just said it wasn't on his list. That's all he said.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's definitely a classic movie. And one, you got John Larroquette doing the narration of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys even know who he is?
I don't.
You don't know who John Larroquette is?
I don't think I do.
He was famous in the 80s.
Yeah. Jake used to watch it.
I mean, the one part, and Brad always talked about, what we saw before, it's where the guy goes in the house, gets, hit in the head with a hammer, the door slams shut, or that noise, kind of hits home.
It's the most gruesome scene in movie history to me.
Because his body's twitching and stuff like that.
It's the sound.
Yeah,
it's that
reverberates.
Everything, yeah.
And Franklin, also the hitchhiker scene.
It's the hitchhiker scene is probably, I mean, it really sets up the movie, right? I mean, it's having that just be basically your first scene, other than showing the cops in the cemetery being dug up and the graves being dug up. That's your first real scene, and it's just with the first time you ever watch it, you're just what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
If you never want to pick up a hitchhiker ever, if you've done it before, you would never do it again after that.
No.
Yeah.
I've picked up a hitchhiker.
I never have. I've had someone pick me up before, as a hitchhiker. No, that's just because my car broke down a mile away from my house. But yeah, I would never. But
Yeah, I probably wouldn't now.
No. That's.
And wasn't there the grandpa dinner scene?
Yeah, man, that's fucked up too. The fact that grandpa can't do anything.
It's fucked up scene after fucked up scene. I mean,
to be honest.
Even the cook hitting Sally, but not hitting hard enough to do anything to her, but hard enough to hurt her.
I say it probably hurts.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
And you're just watching it. You're just and he's trying to convince her oh, I don't kill him though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I'm not as bad as them.
I think a lot of it, where it seems awkward, I think it's because it almost seems kind of real. It's the movie has a realism feel to it. It's you don't feel like you're watching some fake ass thing. It's almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
It's in my top 2 for horror movies. I don't know if it's number 1, but it might be.
I just remember me proper going store looking to buy the thing.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were coming out with because the new one was coming out, so they were re-releasing the old one.
Well, there's a million different. There's a million different DVD and Blu-ray copies of that fucking movie.
Weren't they re-releasing the old one?
It was that we watched House of 1,000 Corpses, and you were this is basically just Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then you wanted to show it to us.
But I remember us going out to look for one, but we couldn't find it because they were getting ready to release a new one.
That might be true, yeah. Because I think the new one came out within 2 years.
Yeah, they're re-releasing a new special package.
The meat pack edition, I have it, yeah.
Yeah. So it's we went to 2 or 3 different stores looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we're at now. Are we at number 2?
Yeah,
Well, that was my last one.
So Frank's out until honorable mention time.
And some of my honorable mentions are, 2 of my honorable mentions are gone.
Oh my god, are we fucking up your whole night?
Is it up to me or you, Grant?
I don't. Well, no, it's your
No.
number 2 now.
My number 2.
Yeah, because my number 2 was Texas Chainsaw 2, so I'm out of number 2 as well.
Okay, my number 2, and it's because of Frank. So I came home from the lake. I'm gonna say, God, it's so, you know what? It's so hard to remember how long ago stuff was. I was just gonna say like 3 or 4 years ago, but there's no way because that's when I lived in my old house. So it's probably more like 8 or 9 or 10 years ago at this point. I just don't realize it. But I had just gotten home, had one of those great summer days. You know what I mean? Like where, we're in the lake, the sun's hot,
A day you'll never forget.
the beer went down good. Obviously, I will forget it because I don't know when it was. But wait, I came over to Frank's. We watched Silver Bullet, and ever since then, Silver Bullet has been like the summer watch for me. And I started watching it this certain weekend. Once I moved into this house, I started watching it after my neighborhood garage sale, and then we went to this carnival that was right there on that Saturday too. And then we come back and I watched Silver Bullet. This year the carnival didn't happen, but I still did watch the movie. But yeah, so I love that movie. I don't know why I love that movie as much as I do. I don't even think it takes place during summer. Some of it does. But yeah, I love Gary Busey. I love Corey Haim. I love Corey Haim anyway. But I don't know. I just love the feel of that movie. And it's the first 60 minutes that really do it. Once they find out that the priest is the werewolf, it doesn't do as much for me. I lose interest and then I start playing on my phone. But that first 60 minutes, I don't know why, but I love it.
Yeah.
It
also has some memories too, right?
Yeah, well, and it feels like the 80s. Like when you watch it, it feels like a real 80s movie. Like that's what it was like growing up in the 80s. Like that town is very like, because how sometimes it's like when you're watching some of the Night of the Comet, Night of the Creeps, all that stuff. Like you weren't that age in the 80s.
No.
But you were like right around, I mean, and I mean, we were at the very end of the 80s. We were 5, you know what I mean? Me and Grant were. But Corey Haim was at least a child, and you got that, like, more of that child feel to it.
Well, that's how Lost Boys felt to me as well.
Yeah. But even then, that's a California beach town. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a different life compared to, like, that town, like, where they're celebrating, like, their celebration at the beginning.
They did.
What's that?
They had like fireworks, or was that just like regular 4th of July, where they were doing the fireworks?
No, the fireworks got canceled because of the wolf. So Gary Busey buys Corey Haim fireworks, and it's fireworks in October rather than in July. So it's late because they couldn't do the fireworks show because they got canceled.
Now, extra credit. What was the name of the town?
Is it Tarker's Mill?
Talker's Mill, but that's good. That's close.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit for that. Yeah. Technically, that book, like Stephen King, he wrote that as like a school project, and so technically it takes place over like an entire year because it's supposed to be like he took some liberties, but it's supposed to be like a full moon every month, and like that was when the werewolf would come out. So I mean, that's what the story was.
That's pretty cool.
Called Cycle of the Werewolf. If you see that, Brad, at any yard sales,
pick that up.
Special edition of that.
Wait a minute, what did you say the town was called?
Cycle of the Werewolf.
No, what'd you say the town?
Talker's Mills.
Oh, I just looked it up, and it's Tarker's Mill.
I mean, let me look at the book. Maybe I'm
now
wrong.
The book might be different because I was like, as long as I got it right, I knew I was right. But it's Tarker's Mill in the movie.
What did I say?
I said Tarker's.
Okay, I'm wrong. you get full credit. I lose. Never mind. I thought it was Talker's Mills. Okay.
Yeah, once you said it, I was like, if I got it right, I know I got it right. Like,
okay, well, one letter off.
No, it's fine. I still give you some credit.
Uh-huh.
If it helps, I had no idea.
It's all right. It's not on your list.
But not this version. There's a bigger version that would be worth money. Like this is a newer one. But yeah, if you see one that's larger, more like the size of a normal comic book, if you see that one, get it.
I have a copy of Desperation, and a very nice copy.
I got
I'm gonna pass.
Creep Show is also another one that looks like a comic book.
I have Creepshow. All right. Well, I guess we're skipping Frank.
Yeah, Frank, are you done then? Is your list done?
I got honorable mentions.
No.
Okay.
So not yet. So Grant, what's your number one?
And the moment you've been waiting for, the number one summer movie here on Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Or do you not have a number one? Or
My number one is Jaws.
Oh, okay,
I gotta watch Jaws. It's like the number one movie I have to watch every summer.
All right, so I know I'm gonna get the reaction here. So I'm gonna preface it with my favorite time growing up, and now, like, I guess it's more now I've realized it, like reminiscing on stuff of like you and I going to the fair and like the like thing coming to Beulah, like the little like carnival type thing, and the back to school. It always got me excited because you're going back and you're gonna see all your friends, and you have your clothes and all your new stuff, and then eventually you got, at least I did because I'm a summer kid. I got a new car and my driver's license, and it's always like that end of August feeling. I love it. It's my favorite time. And this movie takes place with some of my favorite activities, favorite memories, and I watched it with you. You showed it to me, so that helps even more. It's Funhouse.
Funhouse?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I make sure to watch that at least like 2 or 3 times just in August. Funhouse.
The Toby Hooper movie Funhouse?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I had no idea this movie existed until what, like 4 or 5 years ago?
It was when I moved into my house. Because I know it was the day I got the carpet because you came over to help me move things back.
Okay.
And then we went down and watched Funhouse.
Yeah. And I fell in love with the movie that night. And then, like, it was hard to kind of find. I think you had the double pack at that point. But right when Shout Factory did the remake or whatever, re-release, I bought it. And yeah, it's always... And I end up watching it by myself. I try to get Abby to watch it and show her, like, this is so good. But, like, I don't know. The story's great anyways. The surprise in it is great.
Is that the one where Proper brought the remake?
That what?
Where Proper brought the remake?
No. I don't think it's been...
That's Valentine movie.
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day,
yeah. Or My Bloody Valentine, right?
Yeah, like...
Oh, yeah, My Bloody Valentine. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, and so, yeah, I can't tell you why. It's kind of like your Silver Bullet. Maybe I shouldn't have put it number one, but, like, I really, really enjoy this movie.
Fair enough. I love that movie, too. Obviously, I showed it to you. It's I don't know if it's my second... It's probably my third favorite Toby Hooper movie after Texas Chainsaw 1, Texas Chainsaw 2.
Well, you got Poltergeist, too.
I definitely like it better than Poltergeist.
You do? Okay.
I like Poltergeist, but if like I'm ever gonna go to watch a movie and I had the choice between Funhouse and Poltergeist, I'm picking Funhouse. 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
And I like Poltergeist. I like Funhouse is really fun.
Yeah.
Like it's just a fun watch. I love that movie.
Yeah, and
I actually have a magnet on my fridge.
I don't know why. Yeah, it just I have the memories of going to the fair, and like I said, I don't know if you ever went to that carnival that came to Beulah, in the summer. I think it was just so close to my house. We would walk over or whatever. Like it was probably me and Dan at that point. I don't know. Probably me and Vetter. But yeah, so I just realized as I get older, like right now we're entering like my favorite time of year, and then it just always brings back a lot of memories. I'm always pretty, other than this year, I'm always pretty happy during this time, no matter what.
I'm still happy. I'm just wondering, like this has always been my favorite time of year since I was very young. We've talked about it before. The Halloween time has always been my favorite time, and then I probably went away from it a little bit in my high school years, and then really brought it back. Probably my first year out of high school. But like this year, I'm just wondering. They already canceled the pumpkin show, which sucks. But I'm just wondering if like the corn maze is going to be open, or like all like the different like fall activities. If some of them are going to be open, I hope they are.
Yeah,
most of them are outside, so I don't see why not. But I don't know. So that's the thing that I'm concerned about as of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant gourmet stuff like that is outdoors too. And I think that one for sure. Now, I hope would be,
Yeah. I hope, but then it's like they also have, but they have to think about all the kids like on the pumpkin jump. You know what I mean? Like, because we go there at night and it's different, but during the day you gotta remember it's different, and there's a lot of kids in a small area, and I don't know if they'll even bother with it.
Yeah.
But I imagine that's a way that they might make 50% of their yearly annual income during that. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of them have to do with like how schools do, because some places are going to have schools reopen. If that causes spikes,
Yeah.
I think that's the deal with that. I mean, if schools open in a day, that's going to be one thing. But if they like, because doesn't like some baseball teams automatically have all these big spikes and all that? That happens with schools.
Yeah, it was one team I think really had a big spike that I know of. I haven't read much about it, but I know that then the team that they faced also had to quarantine as well.
Yeah.
The Marlins. Yeah.
I think there's a successful rollout. I think you're going to have a lot better chance of having those activities in the fall.
Yeah. It'll be cool. I mean, I'm hoping. All right, so what were your guys' honorable mentions? Like I said, I didn't really pick any. I thought about Friday the 13th. I thought about Cabin Fever. And there was probably a few more that I thought of, but Devil's Rejects, because it always has that hot summer feel to it.
Summer feel. I kind of grouped a couple together. You got to throw Sleepaway Camp and The Burning in there.
Sleepaway Camp was certainly one that I struggled with.
Yeah. I have Sleepaway Camp. I have Devil's Rejects. Kind of cliche, but I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. Which Brad doesn't know when Brad doesn't care what you did last summer.
No, I don't.
And then, like, it's only a good movie for the first half, and Brad probably already knows the movie I'm talking about. But the first half is excellent, and then it sucks. Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah.
It's a great.
You know what? I feel as though I need to give another shot to Jeepers Creepers.
I do too. I haven't watched it in a long time.
The first time me and Frank watched it, we were like, holy shit, this is going to be awesome. We ended up turning the lights off after a while because it was like going to be really scary, and then all of a sudden it just got to be not.
Yeah. The opposite of that.
All feel and like I feel realism, and all of a sudden he had Wayne. It's just kind of like, okay, this is kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made like 4 or 5 of them. They kept on making Jeepers Creepers movies.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of them out there.
I feel like it might be better than I think it is, though.
I remember liking Jeepers Creepers 2, the one with like the high school students on the bus or whatever.
I never seen any. I
never saw it.
I've just seen the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember at the end. The only thing I really remember about it is at the end, like there's a record playing. It's like Jeepers Creepers, and he's like selling something.
You knew that's all they wanted. They just wanted that money shot. Yeah, I had The Fog and I had Evil Dead as well.
I guess I need to watch The Fog now. Maybe that'll be my mission for next time.
Now, if it helps, I have not seen. I own, but I have not seen the remake of The Fog ever.
It's kind of like Poltergeist and Funhouse. Like if you have two Fog and you're gonna watch The Fog, you're never gonna watch fucking Tom Welling one.
You're gonna watch The Fog. You're never gonna watch The Fog.
Yeah. You're not going to. It's not going to happen. So I watched The Fog, and I decided to watch The Fog.
Yeah.
Within like a week, and I just watched The Fog.
Yeah.
So The Fog wasn't as good because The Fog was so good that The Fog wasn't as good. So I got through it, and I immediately put it in my sell pile.
Okay.
Talking about The Fog.
The Fog, yeah, not The Fog, but The Fog. Is the sun going down on this episode of this Indian summer, Frank and Bradley?
You're gonna be summer as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think we're gonna go out on Frank being summer as fuck. Yeah, hey Frank, say I'm summer as fuck.
I'm summer as fuck.
Yeah, go watch a movie.
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
This is